Recently you might have seen clips, videos, and animations from an old 90s show called Raw Time, featuring the sarcastic, unapologetic goth hostess, Tiffy. In this video, I will talk about what Raw Time was and the culture surrounding it. First off, what is Raw Time? Well, Raw Time was a public access TV show based in Austin, Texas, with a focus on music videos and interviews, and of course Raw Time's main claim to fame in the internet age were the live call-ins from strangers, where people would mostly request music videos or have a short chat with the host. Now, we've got to go back to when Raw Time started. From what I could gather, it began sometime in 1991 or 1990 and ended sometime in the early 2000s. The earlier versions of the show weren't much different from the later versions. The biggest difference was the emphasis on interviews with local Austin, Texas bands and musicians. Still, even in the early days, the call-ins were an important part of the show. The call-ins were received by Dave Prewitt, who not only was the host of the show, but was also the puppet master of Raw Time in the sense of being behind much of the production until its end. Now he runs the Raw Time YouTube channel, which will be linked in the description. And he has also been a pillar of Austin music archiving for over 40 years. But before we move on to Raw Time in the later years, let's talk about the Austin, Texas culture at the time. Although Keep Austin Weird as a slogan wasn't coined until 2000, its spirit was already the cornerstone of Austin's alternative identity. And shows like Raw Time were incredible breeding grounds for this culture, evident in the wide variety of music requested on these public access TV shows. Requests could be anything from Bjork to Rammstein to the Cardigans, and even niche genres like folk techno. Austin's vibrant scene thrived on its openness to experiment, supported by venues, festivals like SXSW, and a thriving local music community that embraced everything from punk to folk. Now for the most well-known part of Raw Time, Tiff. Her first appearance on Raw Time was on the 19th of June 1999 as co-host alongside Stefani, who was another Raw Time host. Tiffy worked for Raw Time for roughly 6 months. And she had this very bold and self-assertive attitude with an uncanny ability to sniff out bullshit from a mile away. And she had no remorse for hanging up on some very unhinged callers. And she was only 16 at the time, which was also very interesting since people calling a minor on live television and saying inappropriate things would definitely not go today. Like, anyone in the Austin, Texas area could call 472 and literally say anything to her. But her clips have helped Raw Time have a massive resurgence in the last couple of years. Before I leave, I just want to say thank you so much for watching and the support I've been getting the last couple of months. It really means the world, and we recently hit 500 subscribers, which is unreal. And the goal is to hit 1,000 soon, so maybe subscribe, only if you want to, of course, and follow my Twitch, where I will start streaming pretty soon, and have a great day.